experience. Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your
Open your heart.
right here on the Oldie Station on VCMG. All across the nation, you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can call in at 866-972-7247 and tune in and hear what's going on. We're welcoming your phone calls and we're welcoming your questions live on Facebook and YouTube, as we do every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. All of you cruising down the highway, you all have this opportunity to step into the power of who you've come to be and transform your lives by setting intentions. And this is the perfect time to set an intention to transform your life, because we're wrapping up 2023. Jiminy Crickets, where did that go? Did this year go a little faster than the others? I feel like it's gone rather quickly. And I also feel that 2024 is gaining momentum already. So what in 2023 did it make you feel free and joyous and happy? What in 2023 didn't align with your goals, your dreams, your plans? I know maybe you're still in a funk from 2020. It's hard to believe that that was 3 years ago. And soon it'll be 4 years ago. All of the experiences that we have had collectively, it has been a tremendous ordeal. But each one of us has used this time to recreate in our own lives some of the experiences that we've had. And maybe we didn't know what wasn't working, and then 2020 put a light on what wasn't working. Maybe we realized we were dissatisfied with our job. Maybe we realized relationship wasn't where we wanted to be. Maybe being trapped for a few days or weeks or months, depending where you were, in your home, gave you some time to reflect. And then there was this restart. And every year we have a restart, a recalculation. But I feel like, from what I've observed talking to so many of you, that this recalculation really didn't happen much in 2021 and 2022. That it wasn't until 2023 that everyone started to feel a better rhythm. But I'll tell you, so many people share with me that it still doesn't feel the same. Do you feel that way? Love to hear your comments on Facebook and YouTube. How are you feeling? Are you feeling like things aren't working for you? Are you losing momentum? Do you feel like the momentum that you've lost, we haven't regained? We just haven't been able to get back on the trail. What I love about setting intentions is that it gives us an opportunity to really dig down deep in our heart and our soul and ask ourselves what we want next. What would we like to experience? And a lot of people, they make their list for the New Year's. Their New Year's resolution. I resolve to. And those things don't usually last very long, do they? They end up feeling a little empty by February. Some people barely make it to January 14th. I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to whatever it is. So let's take a different approach as we approach 2024. Let's take a look at what you would like life to feel like. How would you like your life to be in 2024? Let's not begin with the specificity of some specific experience that we want to have happen, or goal or accomplishment. Let's just go to our feelings. What would you like to feel? Would you like to feel a certain way? Would you like to feel more peaceful? That's been a big word for people. Not being able to feel peaceful. Not being able to rest their mind. A lot of people have anxiety right now Are you suffering with anxiety? Are you having restless nights? Do you not sleep well? Are you looking at life in a very myopic way because you can only focus on what's right in front of you and you can't color outside the lines anymore since these past few years? You see, when you set an intention, there's a feeling that has to come from within to support that intention so that it can be actualized, realized in the physicality. So what are the feelings? So let's pause a minute. Let's look at this year. What have some of your feelings been that were uncomfortable? And what would the opposite of those feelings be for you? So if you were feeling anxious, you want to feel peaceful. If you were feeling alone, not supported, you want to feel like you have a sense of family. You want to feel loved and seen and heard. If you're feeling as if you are not getting your glory, your just due, your recognition, then you have to stop and feel the feeling of what it is for you to reward yourself. You see, we need to pat ourselves on the back. We need to give ourselves credit. Often, we're very easily our own critic. But are you giving yourself the confidence and the credit that you deserve? Are you really looking at life and saying, wow, I've come such a long way. I'm so glad I was able to overcome and navigate what came my way. I'm proud of myself. Maybe you did a misstep or something that wasn't quite one of your better moments, and now you're trying to fix the mistake. Maybe you made a move to a new job and you're realizing, well, it's not much better than where I was. But we had an intention. The intention was, I want to change. But when we want to change from something that is dissatisfactory, like a job that we're feeling is not rewarding, it's complicated, the people are just not our cup of tea, and we're not feeling seen, heard, recognized, there's no window to grow, nothing to shoot for, then we find ourselves in those experiences. The challenge becomes we focus so much on getting out of the discomfort that from the discomfort we create. And our feelings are not rooted in the high vibrational experience. We're not rooted in the feeling of feeling supported and loved and what it feels like to be successful. Often when you're in a tough work environment, you're feeling beaten and put down and squashed and uncomfortable, and you might even hate going to work. Strong a word that may be, but you may hate going to work. But you do because, well, who's going to pay the bills? You got to pay the bills. So we put ourselves in this gerbil wheel of activity and challenges and difficulties. We put ourselves in that energy. And we don't allow ourselves to come from the joyful moments. So when setting intentions for 2024 and going into the feeling world, we must first go back in time, and we've all got something. Don't tell me you don't have anything to draw from. To go back in time to the moment when you felt accomplished, to the moment when you felt peaceful, to the moment when you felt happy or carefree or supported or loved or connected to someone. Remember what that feeling was. And if you have to go back to grammar school or high school, that's okay. Go back to that feeling. The feeling that made you feel whole, complete, aligned with what you were experiencing, and that it had a special essence to it. This is what we want to create with you. We want to create that feeling so that when we are feeling the feeling of what we desire for 2024, we are not creating from all the havoc and disappointment and perhaps disarray that may have built up over the past few years. Are you feeling the feeling of love? Are you feeling the feeling of success? If you're not, what would make you feel loved? What would make you feel successful? When have you felt that before? And what are you doing for yourself to cultivate those feelings? You see, often we look outside of ourselves to create something. We look outside for someone else to make us happy. We look outside for a job to fulfill us or define us or give us our place in the world. And that may not necessarily make you happy. But it's what you've been trained to do. And then somewhere along the way, we may find this wobble or dissatisfaction. So what is making you feel uncomfortable right now in your life? And what do you feel you want to do to change it? You see, we find ourselves almost a victim of circumstance. We find ourselves feeling unsupported and no way out. You know, so many people I talk to these days, they talk about feeling trapped. They talk about feeling uncomfortable. They talk about feeling uncertain, confused, lost is the number one word I hear. Lost. How many of you are feeling lost? Like you don't know what to do next to get where you want to go? Well, these are the questions that we want to talk about tonight. These are the experiences that we want to connect with. This is how we want to set intentions. We want to see where we are. We want to pause that feeling. We want to replace it with another sense and feeling and use that more joyful feeling to lift us up and over the conflict, to lift us up and over what isn't working for us. That's what we need to do. We need to take an approach that is direct. In the word intention, we have to look at the intent behind this intention. What is your intent? What is it that you are seeing in your mind? Sometimes I ask people, what do you want? And how many times I hear, I don't know. But underneath the I don't know is the I know. You do know what you want. You do know the feeling you want to experience. You may not know how to get there. That may be the I don't know. I don't know how to get where I want to go. But underneath the I don't know is the I know, and the soul beneath the human I don't know knows exactly which way to go. So why aren't we all where we want to be? Why have we been spinning our wheels for these years? Often, we haven't spent enough time in the stillness, the quiet, the alignment with the divine. We haven't asked the divine to infuse us, to give us the guidance. We haven't sat still. Because everyone's intuitive. I know many of you call here on Wednesday nights and you ask the question, what do I see? What does Spirit see? What can I share with you? What can I guide you with? But you have answers. You're afraid to look. You're not trusting. You're seeing yourself as not as connected as I. We are all connected. I spend more time in the connection than maybe you do. So can you imagine what would happen if you spent a little time in the connection? If you sat still, I know it's the holiday season and I understand there's much to do. But if you carved out just a little bit of time, we're in this new moon energy. If you could just sit and write down what you would like to feel like in 2024. And then you could write how it would feel to accomplish whatever you desire, and how it would feel to make the change that you need to make for 2024. Because all of us are being faced or being asked to make a change. Make the change. It's the time to make the change. It's the time to delve into everything that needs to be recalibrated and realigned. No more does the universe want us spinning our wheels and being in this energy of dissatisfaction. Because the more we remain in this dissatisfactory state, the more removed we are from the divine. And the more removed we are from the divine, the more difficult it becomes to find that sync with the universe, that peace, that joy, that harmony. So what is making you dissatisfied? And what would it feel like to feel differently? And what have you experienced in your life before that made you feel good? And how can you transfer that feeling that you have felt, that you've experienced, that you know is real? How can you transfer that feeling into a new experience? And what do you do to get the mindset? What do you do in the patterns of behavior to keep yourself on track without sabotaging yourself, much like we do with a New Year's resolution, where we set a goal and we're going to be just this type of experience in person, and then we unfortunately fall short. And the minute we fall short, we don't recalculate and recalibrate the habit, and we don't develop the discipline necessary to get where we need to go. In order for me to stay connected to spirit, there's a certain connection I must sustain on a regular basis. And when I'm in that state, I have to be disciplined to stay in the state of connection. I can't be wondering what's going on all around me. And I do this on a daily basis at a center in West Palm Beach, at the Expedito Center, where there's a lot going on. And there's a part of me that has developed over the years where I have a knowing of what's going on outside my door. I can kind of hear, spirit kind of clues me in as to things that are going on in the center. I can be a little snoopy sometimes, so they have to appease me. But I have to, in my mindset, stay very focused on what I'm supposed to accomplish. And what is that? A connection. A connection to give you information. A connection that will infuse you with a feeling of an experience, so that when I say this is coming, you can hook into the feeling and believe it's possible, and then feel the joy and the support and the love from spirit and the emotion that it emanates from you, so that through that experience, in that moment of time, you can use that energy to draw from in creating what spirit has said is coming. You see, just because we see it coming doesn't mean you don't have a part in it. You do. Sometimes we see things coming, and unfortunately, people just push it away because they don't take the chance. They don't realize that they're worthy, and they just step back and they just expect things to happen. And then when it doesn't fall into place, just like that, they get dissatisfied, kind of like that New Year's goal, that resolution. And when you're setting intentions, the whole feeling is what will support the intention to become reality. And the more you stay connected to that feeling, the more you believe in the outcome, in its complete story, and you stay away from the wobble and the doubt of all the different ways it could go and all the things that could come up to block it, then you slow it up. And you push away the perfect outcome, and you get the mediocre one because you are in a wobble. And it's easier than you think to stay in a feeling. And once you get really good with it, you begin to manifest, you begin to create everywhere you go. Everything you do is one great big manifestation party. And it gives you the opportunity to build momentum towards goal after goal and outcome after outcome, feeling after feeling, more joy, more love, more peace, more happiness, more harmony, and it goes. And you're the grand creator of that. And nothing can stop you. You build a momentum that becomes invincible, impenetrable, and you can go forward creating anything. This year, I know the hustle and bustle get you, but imagine if you take the time to set the intention, you can have the 2024 you desire. We're going to tune in to all of you at 866-972-7247 right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Hi, it's Kate from Will Floor You. Let's get your home in shape for the upcoming holidays with some new floors from Will Floor You. Now is the time to get new flooring because we've marked down our entire on-hand inventory of carpeting, waterproof luxury vinyl, and laminate. Spruce up any room in your home for less, and it's on hand for prompt professional installation or do-it-yourself with over 100,000 square feet in stock. You'll find just what you're looking for: nice plush carpeting to cozy up a bedroom, a custom area rug to jazz up any space, luxury vinyl or laminate for the busy lifestyles we all love about Florida living. You're sure to find just the right floor with the help from our knowledgeable sales staff, and for far less than you imagined. So I invite you to our new expanded store in Jupiter at the corner of Indiantown Road and alternate A1A in the shops of Jonathan's Landing, right next to Publix. In Stewart on Federal Highway, just south of Walmart. In Will Floor, the letter U, FLA.com. Will Floor You, your hometown flooring store that's had it all for over 40 years.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you are looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Step into a world of wonder at the Ben Hotel's Cirque-themed New Year's Eve extravaganza. Join them for a night of mystique and marvel with tickets starting at just $225. Reserve your seat now for an unforgettable night of acrobatics, music, and enchantment. Ring in 2024 in style. Only at the Ben Hotel. Tickets available at eventbrite.com/theben.
Robes Law Group of Delray Beach understands winning. As a member of the American Academy of Attorneys $100 million club, they've proven time and again that winning for you is their habit. Don't wait to suffer an accident. Download their app today. Be prepared and be protected by placing Robes Injury Law in the palm of your hand. Download their mobile app now at robes.app. That's ROBES.app. Click on robeslawgroup.com or call them today at 561-570-5700. Robes Law Group, winning for you and our community. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at SarahSpiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the past.
Yes, indeed. Listen to your heart right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation. 866-972-7247. That's the call-in number, and I most certainly welcome you and want to make a connection with you. Thank you for listening on 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, 103.1 HD3, and 104.3. We're so glad to have you be a part of this energy here with us all across the nation. We are counting up to 2024 and counting down the energies of 2023. And I ask you this question: what would set you free in 2023 so that you can open up a brand new door in 2024? Are you ready to open up some new doors? Are you ready to set your intentions? I'd love to hear on Facebook and YouTube what your intentions may be. Let's cultivate the energy so that we can create. But before we get to our phone lines at 866-972-7247, I want to tell you about our New Year's collection. We've got a fabulous collection that includes a forecast and a New Year's kit that allows you to toast in the new year with products to bring everything together. It has your bath, a CD with some of our songs from the show included, our meditations. It's got this fabulous bath and spray and oil, a candle for creating your manifestation petition, and it includes your forecast. Go to SarahSpiritual.com and register for that. Now, the kit is a fabulous blend of products that have been designed to really attune the truth and the energy of light for your 2024. It also has this fabulous crystal, an argonite crystal, which is beautiful. So be sure to check it out at SarahSpiritual.com. You can order just the kit and have it shipped anywhere in the United States and anywhere in Canada. You also can have just a forecast. So go to SarahSpiritual.com and check out the wonderful experiences that we have for all of you to toast in the new year. Now, when you go to SarahSpiritual.com, you're going to make a note that many of our items online on SarahSpiritual.com are 20% off. We are having an online sale. So again, go to SarahSpiritual.com. Perhaps there's a mist, a spray, an oil that you'd like to add to your collection, or perhaps you've never bought any of our products that are handmade by me. Now's the time, 20% off. That sale goes until December 18th. We sure would love to have you take advantage of that sale. So I've got my friends on Facebook, and I've got my friends on YouTube, and I've got my friends on the phone line. I've got to go to the phone line, and I've got Alyssa, and Alyssa is in Illinois. Alyssa, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you again. How is the weather in Illinois?
I mean, there's no snow, so that's good.
That's really good. That's really good. And what is your question for us?
My question is, I passed class. Do I pass the state exam? I failed the first time. Do I pass the second time?
What is the exam for, Alyssa?
It's a state exam. It's like a certified nursing assistant.
Okay. Well, you didn't pass the first time because you had trouble with some of the questions. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to really understand the art of the questioning in this particular state test. And do you have a next date for you to take the test yet?
No, I have to wait and then reschedule.
Good, because I want you
After
to wait.
December 20th.
You're not ready yet. You need to study. You need to go over those questions. You need to really come to understand what they're asking and do a lot of practice tests. I don't know how long you have to wait, but Spirit tells me that you shouldn't take the test until the middle of February.
Okay.
So use this time to really study. Are you going to study? Are you going to work on the questions? You see, this would be a thing that Spirit
I've been
would...
studying every night.
Okay. Keep studying and keep doing practice tests. You want to score like a 95 on all your practice tests, because we know that it's never all the same material, but you want to do as many practice tests as possible. And is there a tutoring program or a revisit class that you can take?
No.
Check. There might be, or there may be a study group. There may be something you can join just to make it a little easier for you. I do see you're supposed to pass. Now, whether you pass this next time around depends on what you do. So, Miss Alyssa, we're coming into 2024, and tonight we're setting intentions. What's your intention for 2024? What would you love to create for yourself in 2024? What's your intention?
I guess like a life for me. Sense of what I just came out of was domestic with my son's father. So I guess better energy and a better environment.
So let's be a little more specific. We would like a more loving environment, a peaceful environment.
Yeah.
A kind, loving, supportive partner, right? We want to feel supported, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Write that down. Write that down and write down what it's going to feel like to have a different feeling. Because coming from the drama that you went through in this experience that kind of escalated, you're going to cast out the vibration of more of drama. So we want to get back to the feeling of what it feels like to feel loved and supported, and to have someone show up for you, and for you to be able to voice your opinion and be seen and heard without being criticized or things escalating and becoming uncomfortable and agitated. So we don't want to be in those feelings. We want to be in the feeling of happiness and joy and peace.
Yes.
And that's going to assist you in creating something. Now, given your birthday and where you are, it's interesting because I see here that this energy that is presenting itself is all about you stepping into balance. And then after your birthday, it's a real creative environment. We kind of break our routine. We step away from the things that haven't worked for us. We have a whole new vibe. And then I feel like there's another relationship that comes in the latter part of 2024 that will be partnership relationship, a new person that we can have this wonderful, peaceful environment and happiness that we're looking for. All right?
I really like that. So thank you for telling me that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Alyssa, thank you for following the show. We greatly appreciate you. We wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a very Happy New Year. Bye for now.
Yeah.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. And we've got to go to Steve, and Steve is in Broward. Steve, how are you?
I gotta go. I'm doing okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly. Thank you.
Okay, great. Listen, first of all, I want to thank you for the radio program, as usual. I've been with you for a long time, and it's coming down to the end of 2023, and this has been a very eventful year for me. And I check in with you periodically, and I'm checking in with you tonight because this will probably be the last time I talk in 2023. I'll probably talk to you again in 2024.
Right.
And so I just want to know what the Spirit have to say to me tonight.
Steve, whatever's not working for you, you need to take a look at, and you need to re-examine and get ready to make change. It is a year that can be a very fast-paced 2024. So if you think you had an eventful 2023, then please wear a seatbelt. You'll be going at high speed. And the changes that you want to make are the changes that make you feel good. And the things that aren't working for you, we need to recalibrate. We need to step away from. Because we're going to end a time, and I have to quickly kind of go back with spirit here, so just bear with me. We're going to take you back to a time that is the end of 2004 into 2005. And whatever was going on in your life in 2004 and 2005, that end of the fourth into the five, now we're closing out a whole period of time. And you truly are not the same man that you were then. And you've been through quite a bit. And some of the dreams that you had then, not all of them were realized. And we understand that. But that was from the manifestation process of where you were in your humanness. Now we are closing out the chapter of a lot of the old human habits. And we're stepping into this new paradigm of being you in the energy of spirit first. And that takes you into a full push of 2024 into 2025. So the past 18 years have been a big learning curve. And honey, you curved. Let me tell you. There was a lot of twists and turns in your life. But you always landed on your feet. And Spirit has been conditioning you and training you to be without, do without, go with the flow, not be attached to how it has to look, to not be in your head, to stop second guessing things, to accept what is being shown to you from the universe and put that before what is being shown to you from a human. And along the way, not only did they give you breadcrumbs to help you find your way, like Hansel and Gretel trying to find their way home, they've been leading you, your spirit guides have been leading you to the development of you in the spirit and putting before you the people to be of some assistance, whether it's a spiritual assistant, whether it's a partner in life, whether it's a friend, even the people that you realize weren't your friend and didn't have your back, they too were of assistance to you in this journey. So this is a major leap forward from 2005 that you're about to take in 2024. So embrace that time that you have coming before you and pay attention. Spirit is going to be very carefully watching you, Steve, and very carefully nudging you down the path. And if you find that you're trying to hold on to something or push to make something happen, let it go, babe. Let it go. Because the universe is getting ready to put into your hands a much fuller life than the life you've already experienced. Can you connect with the energy? Yes, go ahead.
I've also lost about 11 to 12 pounds, and I did that deliberately. So I know something's coming.
Yeah. It's important. It's important to be in the good divine health. And can you relate to the 2004 and 2005 and the journey between then and now? Can you connect the dots as Spirit has? Do you see this, Steve?
Yes, I do. Totally and completely, because back then I was completely different, fighting with my ex, trying to hold on to who I was. And now I'm completely different now.
Right. Yeah. Trying to hold on to who you thought you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not all of it was bad. I mean, there were parts of who you were then that were fun and were part of the human experience that was driven by goals and ideas and a perception of what you wanted to be. And you got to realize some of that. But at the end of the day, the cup felt empty, even though they had filled it to the brim, because it really wasn't who you were. And that's what caused the lashing out and the need to feel like we had to hold on to things that weren't working. So now they remind you if something doesn't fit in your life, if something isn't working, and I'm not referring to relationship. If something's not working, if people aren't in your circle, aren't connecting, if you're trying a particular modality or experience of connecting with spirit and it's not working, then be open to something new. You're a conduit, you're a healer, you're a visionary. This is what they have for you.
Okay.
Fasten your seatbelts. All right. Thank you so much, Steve. Pleasure connecting with you. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go to our phone lines. We're going to visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Have you heard me? Do you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. at 866-972-7247. And we're so glad you're listening to us at 95.3 and 95.9 and 96.9 and 106.9 and 103.1 HD3 and, of course, 104.3. We are glad to have you joining us. This is the time where we connect all across the nation answering questions. We've got some friends on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to put your questions on YouTube and Facebook because we will be going there in just a moment. But before I do that, I've got to get to Louisiana. I've got Brooke in Louisiana. Brooke, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Sarah. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for your call tonight. We're so appreciative of you listening to the show. And what is the weather like in Louisiana?
It's somewhat cold. Sometimes it has hot days and sometimes cold days.
All right. Well, we've got a little rain here in southern Florida here, so we are definitely a little on the wet side. So we know every once in a while we have to have some rain here in South Florida, and it can't always be sunny, although most of us like the sun. So, Miss Brooke, what is your burning question for me as we wrap up 2023?
Well, I was actually thinking about it, and I was like, what could 2024 have in store for me? As I look back on 2023, I've hit some narrow, curveballs that have happened in my life, a lot of things, and I just want to know if what I'm hoping to look forward to in 2024, and that if there's any lessons I can take with me from 2023 that I can bring into 2024.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Some of the setbacks, you thought you were a little further ahead, you thought you were a little bit better off, and then you kind of had a setback. Does that make sense to you? You felt like you weren't quite being supported in the ways that you thought, and suddenly you had to take a step back. We had advanced out, we were doing well, and then you kind of got kicked back a few notches. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, yeah. That makes
perfect sense. Yes, indeed. I see the journey here. And what you can look forward to in 2024 is really based on your ability to believe that you've learned a few things that help you create a better foundation. You didn't have a good enough foundation in the outcomes, for the outcomes that you had desired. So when I look at the storyline, I feel as if we didn't have everything thought out and planned out the way it was necessary to be sustainable in the experience of your work, on you being on your own, having relationship. Like, things were not as even flowing as they needed to be for you to keep everything going the way you desired them to be. And the thing I feel is so important for you is for you to feel free and also feel as if you're living with purpose. Because leading up to this, a lot of the things that you've done for work and career have just been, well, for lack of a better word, a job. And so we are not feeling purposeful. And some of the purposeful ideas we had seem to be a little difficult or almost challenging to accomplish and still live life and accomplish what we need to do to survive. Does this make sense to you?
Absolutely.
So when I look at where you are now, I feel like you're better equipped. I feel, if I use the analogy of every flower has its time to bloom, this is your year of tending to your garden, taking care of yourself, and your flowers blooming. And you coming into this full bloom of the realization of who you are and who you've come to be, finally. And finding a way to make it happen. And once we accomplish it, being able to sustain it and maintain it. This is the journey that is before you. This is the outpouring of energy that is available to you. And it's for you to embrace the power that is within you. There's a thought and an idea to reevaluate something with the work environment at this time, Brooke?
There have been some doubts, especially given my new position and everything, and getting ready to graduate from schooling to get my CDA and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what is the new position that you have?
Wait, say that again?
You said you have a new position. What is the new position?
Oh, I'm pre-K 3 assistant now.
Mm-hmm. And is there a difficulty with the people in that particular group? Is that what's kind of being off-putting to you right now?
I guess you can say that. It's the kids. It's the lead teacher too, and I feel like I'm losing my zest and what makes it fun in being a teacher, and I don't want to give that up. I love what I do,
Right. Sometimes it's a matter of styles, of personalities, and how they manage. And it doesn't mean it's going to be that way forever, right? And as the assistant, sometimes we have experiences that are maybe a little bit out of our control, right? But it's for you to learn and grow and notice what you would do differently as the teacher, not just the assistant.
Yes.
It is a growth spurt. And even if you went to a different grade or went to a different establishment, you could run into the same experience. So right now it's best for you to understand who you are and to find the healthy boundary, and then also find a comfortable way to express a question or a comment, so perhaps they could adapt a few different ideas into their program and allow you to have some input, right? There are people who are our bosses or mentors that want to help us and teach us. And then there are people who are really just wanting to be in charge, and they don't really care what the peanut gallery has to say.
Yeah.
And this is where we are now. We have to work on creating this beautiful environment of a synergy between you and that teacher. Now, we graduate by April. When do we graduate?
I think by March.
March. March, April. That's Spirit kind of puts me in the spring, so March, April. Thank you for that. And once we graduate, then we can kind of approach things a little differently, yes? Because we'll have a certification. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we will.
Good. That gives you a lot more bargaining power and gives you a little bit more confidence. So in 2024, what is your intention? Let's set your intention. Let's put it in stone. The universe is listening, and millions of people are listening as well, Brooke. So what is Brooke's intention for 2024?
Well, my intention is to finally feel comfortable within my skin, begin to, again, get back to the diet I know I could do and get stronger and, feel more assertive with myself and just putting myself first above all others and just loving myself.
Beautiful. We know you can do that. We know it will be fine. And you are on track. Focus on the feelings that make you feel good. Use those feelings to be the energy, the foundation to create the 2024 that will bring you the joy and the happiness that you desire. Brooke, thank you so much for listening to the show. We wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a very happy New Year. We thank you.
And to you, Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. Bye for now. Thank you to everyone who listens to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. You heard Steve. Steve's been listening to the show since 2009, as many of you have. We're we're greatly appreciative of the opportunity to be of service to all of you and to offer the guidance from Spirit and to be the conduit and to help you navigate your questions. Because it's in navigating the question and understanding what the real underlying question is within the question that allows you to really come to an understanding of what you really want and where you're really feeling a disconnect or a discomfort. And we're always happy to give you that light to shine on the dark path so you can find your way. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and we're going to go to Diana. And Diana is in Palm Beach Gardens. Diana, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, we spoke not too long ago, a week or two ago, yes, and we were talking about, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
some situations that we were unfolding and making sure everything was in order for a family matter, yes?
Well, it was regarding home care,
Yes,
like health.
that would be
you
your
know, home
family.
health
That would be your
aid
son, yes. Yep, that's a family matter.
Yeah, I mean, that's still kind of sorting itself out. I mean, the good news is that I no longer deal with the person that I was unhappy with, so that's
Perfect.
fine.
Perfect.
That's
And
a stress relief.
right. And we also had the
Okay.
outstanding question, if I may, that you were discussing something about we needed to cover the aftercare that was, there was a fee associated with something, and you were going to approach the individuals who were of the agency. So catch us up on that, because I know that's where we left off. So catch us up on, are they still working on?
They're still kind of duking it out, but the agency has agreed to pay it. So
Good.
that's good news.
Good. And we had a feeling that
But,
everything
I
was
mean,
going
it
to
hasn't
work out
been
in your
quite-
favor. Well, yes. Well, you know, no one's going to reach in their pocket and hand over money any easily, but let them duke it out. But it is the agency's responsibility. So we're glad they're taking responsibility, because I know that that was another concern of yours. So, Diana, what is your question for this evening, please?
I guess, this is really interesting. Before my question, I'd like to explain that this has been the year that has taught me most about gratitude, because it's very easy to feel depressed and, down on certain economic matters, or if something happens, or suddenly a large fine, or suddenly, a financial hiccup and all the other stuff. But I happen to work with the homeless population,
Right.
and lately one of the things that happens at work is we feed the homeless as well. Like, we have a huge cafeteria, and some of our clients, they work in the culinary department, and they prepare the lunch for everyone. And when I sit down and dine with the clients, most of the time they pray. They bow their heads and they pray. And I find myself doing the same things, and now I'm actually finding that when I do this with them, it reminds me of all the things that I continue to stay grateful for. So if there's one massive lesson this year, is I've learned gratitude. I've learned to appreciate everything I actually have, which is great.
Beautiful.
It's easy to forget those things.
It is. It is. So,
and
Diana, what
so
is
I guess
what is your question? Yes, because we do have to.
Yeah, my question is, where do you see, I guess, what kind of guidance do you see in my career and also my health? I've had some weight fluctuations, and then again, it's like I don't really, as much as I get into, say, a physical regimen, there's a monkey wrench, and then it's like, well, So it
So
doesn't become a
let's take a look
priority.
at take a look at those questions, all right? So when we look at these questions, the first thing Spirit makes me aware of is that there may be something a little bit. I understand monkey wrenches come, and we may set a goal and try to be disciplined, and then things happen. That is something that happens in life, and we need to just recalculate and be grateful for what we have accomplished and not be so critical to oneself, right? So we can just get ourselves back on the wagon. Also ask yourself, what am I? What is out of balance in my life? What am I shielding myself from? Why do I feel like I need to cushion my experience? What has me feeling out of whack and uncertain? Those are questions for self from an emotional perspective that we can ask in the journey of sustaining and maintaining a healthy habit that leads to a weight that is favorable for you based on what you choose. Now, I also feel, and I'm not a doctor and I cannot diagnose, but I also feel that we may want to check something in our hormonal balance panel. So having the hormones checked may be of benefit for you because there may be a little bit of a fluctuation that is then making it even more difficult for you to sustain what you do accomplish and to stay on track. So that's Spirit's guidance for you there. Now, let's go to career, if we may. So this year is going to represent you having this powerful opportunity to connect with people and find a better balance and rhythm from work, because I feel like at the mid to end of next year, there's a new role, a new opportunity. There's change coming. And I understand that change may be a little challenging for you because everything's got to fall into place perfectly because you have so many other moving parts that need to stay moving in the experience that is your life and your family. So we do understand that. And so when Spirit says we see change, it's not for you to go, uh-oh, how am I going to handle change? It's for you to stay in gratitude and appreciation of the universe is preparing a opportunity for you to advance yourself, to grow, that incorporates additional abundance for you and will make for a better life-work balance. So this year is going to give you a better life-work balance. And this is what we want you to envision. And that work balance also includes a better financial life balance. And this will also help shield you when some of these hiccups happen so that you don't have this angst or uncomfortability when things try to catch you off guard. All right, Diana?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what is your intention for 2024, if you would?
To continue to allow gratitude to continue to show me the way when I undergo hiccups.
Okay. So the intention for 2024 is for you to stay rooted in gratitude, knowing that everything is always for the best and highest good, and that the universe has your back.
Yes.
That will help you. Diana, thank you so much for calling, and we're really glad that things are, well, they're duking it out, but things are looking like they're going to work out regarding that last conversation we had, and we know the universe has your back as you step into 2024, and everything will iron out, and your son will continue to be well cared for, and you too will continue to grow and prosper. We thank you so much for listening to the show. We're appreciative of your following it, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
As to you as well, and thank you.
My pleasure. Bye for now. We've got friends. Yeah, we got friends. We got friends on Facebook. We've got friends on YouTube. We got friends in hot places. I got some angels and some guides that just might have a question or two filled with answers for you. Let's see who we've got on our Facebook and our YouTube feed. Let's see if we can pull that up. We're going to have to kind of pull up the monitor for me a little bit because we're still not quite seeing what that says there. Yeah, we still have to move our monitor here, so we're going to give us a minute for that. And I really think it's coming from one of the lights as well. So can we just move it up a little bit more at all? Okay. And if we could just soften that light over there directly in front of me. Yeah, that one. That might help us here. Is it okay, is the question from T. Phillips, is it okay to manifest our 2024 dreams and our hopes in Mercury retrograde? Does Spirit have any guidance for my 2024? The past 3 years have been very difficult. Well, T. Phillips, let me tell you, that is a popular question because a lot of people have had 3 years of difficulty, and we've had a lot of people wonder, is it going to get better? But it is going to get better. But can you manifest in a Mercury retrograde? You can manifest in a Mercury retrograde. The catch is we don't always put things into action until Mercury retrograde comes out of retrograde. And this Mercury retrograde is really going to be, well, the devil is in the details. So focus on the details of what you want to manifest. Focus on the details of everything you desire and really look to create from your heart. And 2024 does begin to lift you out of the havoc. You see, the way the journey has been for you, it has been since 2019, really, that things started to take a downward spiral. When we take you to 2024, there's a new sense of joy and creativity. We're out of the dark roads and we're on the path that's a little more well lit, so we can see a little more clearly what we want to create and accomplish, T. Phillips. So take a look at 2024 and look at it as this creative experience that allows you to express yourself and doesn't have the twists and turns that feel like a roller coaster ride. And you have the ability to not scream in fear, but laugh in joy and happiness. Look for the 2024 to open up the doors, have new possibilities. The sooner we get to your birthday, the faster things are going to work. So know that the year will get better as it progresses. Thanks so much, T. Phillips. And that was a fabulous question about Mercury retrograde. Let's pop back onto the phone lines and let's see who else we have on our phone lines at 866-972-7247. We've got to go to Esther. I've got Esther. Esther's in Texas, deep in the heart of Texas. Esther, how are you tonight?
Doing well, Sarah. Thank you so much. What about yourself?
Good. And just speak up for me a little bit more, Esther, please, so I can just hear you a little better in my ear.
Is that better?
A little bit better, yes. Thank you. So, Esther, what is your question
let me
for
get
us?
off. Maybe because I'm on the car. Yeah. I guess that's.
Yes, thank you.
Is that any better?
Yes.
Okay.
What is your question for us?
So my question is, how do you see my possibilities for 2024? And I'll elaborate a little bit. Let me tell you how I feel. Have you ever seen those house plants that's supposed to creep all over? I feel like a plant right now, which I'm surviving. I'm not dying or anything like that. My leaves look good, but I'm supposed to be a blooming plant, and I'm just not blossoming. I'm not blooming.
You're not
My
blooming.
intentions for
Yeah, you're
2024.
just a little vine hanging on, just kind of creeping up, doing what you got to do. And when I look at 2024, the interesting thing is that it creates this new connectivity, new connections with some people, expansion for you in the area of work and career. I feel like work and career have you caught in a loop and you're spinning your wheels. I feel as if this is also a year of new spiritual community development, you tapping into your gifts more in 2024. This will attune and align you more to the energy of what's the right next step for you because you'll be more intuitively guided in the journey. I'm also being made aware of your intuition developing at a faster pace throughout this 2024. And I feel as if it's going to be time to break free of the systems that have been a part of your life that are the work systems. It's almost as if we need to step out of a system that's broken, that's not working, and perhaps do something maybe a little bit more collaborative, something a little bit perhaps on your own is how it feels, and not necessarily have to be a slave to these unreasonable regulations and conditions. Does this make any sense to you, Esther?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not a Debbie Downer or even a person that feels depressed. And lately, my spirit feels dampened. I have to just pick myself up because that's not my personality. And I've grown from the apprentice classes and stuff like that. Spiritually, I've grown to the point where normally I'm a short fuse person. Things doesn't even bother me anymore, but my energy feels dampened. And I'm thinking, is this cycle going to ever break? Because this is not what I want. I want to feel appreciated, and I want to make people happy, and I want to be outgoing. I just feel limited.
Correct. But let's look at you inside. So when we look at feeling limited, we understand there's outside factors that don't let us do whatever we want, so there could be a limitation. But where is Esther not allowing Esther to grow? And where is Esther not believing in her limitless or infinite power? So when and where did Esther adapt a feeling that she couldn't grow and blossom? And it goes beyond this experience that we speak of now. It goes back in time. And if I may, and I take you back in time, Esther, I've got to go to Jiminy Crickets. I've got to go back to and I'm going to go back for you to 2006. Esther?
Yes.
Where were you in 2006, and what was the limitation? Because there's still something we haven't shifted and changed from that experience that's still rooted inside of you, that's not allowing you to move forward because it's become inherently a belief or a fear that's a trigger for you. What was going on?
Yeah. Well, I got married 2005, and this individual that I married to tried to let me feel like I was nothing, which I'm always a very positive person. I'm always confident, and I think my belief and my everything shot since there. I only survived to now because I'm a very strong person and I'm a fighter, but I think everything went downhill.
Right.
Since
You were
then,
driven.
and I was
You were
surviving.
driven. Yeah.
But I moved here to Texas 2019, and I feel like at some point I feel like I lost my everything, and then another point I feel like it's been a university because I've learned how to balance, if I may.
Correct.
But I feel like I lost a part of me. Yes.
Understood. And now we're going to go back one more time, Esther. So Esther, when I take you back to the age of 8 years old, I know we got to go back, honey, but let's go. So let's go back to age 8. Where were you not feeling supported and that you were good enough and worthy of what you wanted? Where were we not enough at age 8?
Oh, that's just bad because, I lost my mom when I was 6, and then family squabbled, and then we end up there, 2 of us over there, 1 there, and I just
you weren't feeling
wasn't
supported.
appreciated. I feel like
so that is the limitation.
Bad.
That is the limitation, and we truly know that that was a difficult thing for you to go through, but that was the limitation, Esther, that we keep repeating and attracting people who are going to mirror an experience that's similar to what you think you're worthy of. Now, I know it sounds kind of deep, but that's where all this began. At that age 8, the abandonment was 6, but the not good enough and not feeling like we were supported in any way really became or took hold. You became more aware around the age of 8. So there's a work I do called soul integration, where we go back and we rescue your little girl. She's fragmented, she's trapped, and she's the one who's feeling limited. And so she's knowing that there are rules and regulations that hold her in place and don't allow her to do certain things because, that's the boundaries of working for someone and following a protocol of an industry. We understand this, and your logical mind understands it, but that's the little girl inside that just feels like she's there, but she can't quite bloom because she was never tended to in her garden so that she could be led to feel as if she could bloom. So in the future, you and I should work on some soul integration and bring forth your little girl, because she is sending out a signal that is attracting experiences that mirror that. Now, they're brushing me off on time here of this call, so I just want you to just give us a sentence, Esther. What would you love to manifest in 2024 for us?
Abundance in every way, in every positive way.
Then we support that. Abundance in every positive way in all areas of your life. We thank you, Esther, for listening to the show. We wish you a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a very happy New Year. We appreciate your taking the time to call in and ask questions and be a part of this experience with us. We are appreciative of the opportunity to be of service to you in this 2023, and we look forward to 2024 with you. Thank you so much, Esther. For this moment, we have to go. You're welcome.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. If you're cruising down the highway, put that number in your phone. Give us a call right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us, everyone. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
We don't know the path.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel. The Jupiter Joe Money Show presents Christmas Oldies at noon.
It's when friends come to call.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Join the True Oldies Channel every day at noon for Christmas Oldies.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Feel the magic of the season with 1 hour of your holiday favorites.
Melikilikimaka is a thing to say.
It's Christmas Oldies each day at noon. The True Oldies Channel.
Hi, this is Vicki Lawrence. A fast-talking Hollywood agent has persuaded me to co-star in a two-woman show with that crazy old woman from Mama's Family.
And who makes it a two-woman show?
None other than that poster girl for Change of Life, the star of Mama's Family, Thelma Harper.
In the flesh, unplugged, on the edge.
That's a scary thought. Join us for Vicki Lawrence and Mama, a two-woman show.
Vicki Lawrence and Mama, January 10th. Get tickets now at parkerplayhouse.com and Ticketmaster.
Hey, are you already dreaming of your next vacation getaway? Well, the True Oldies Channel wants to send you cruising on Margaritaville at Sea. It's a 3-day, 2-night cruise to the Bahamas with delicious island-inspired cuisine, plus amazing live entertainment, spectacular ocean breezes, and more. Just go to TrueOldiesFLA.com and register for your chance to win this wonderful cruise. And here's more great news. It's the season for savings with Margaritaville at Sea. For a limited time, Margaritaville at Sea is offering up to 60% off all cruises, cruise certificates, and their Ultimate Paradise Pass for limitless trips to Grand Bahama in 2024. Get away to your holiday haven with Bahamas Cruises for just $79 per person. Or give the ultimate gift of the season with Bahamas Cruise certificates for 2 and earn your way onto the nice list. Claim your perfect slice of paradise today at margaritavilleatsea.com.
This message is sponsored by the Florida A&M University Medical Marijuana Education and Research Initiative, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Pro or against? That seems to be the only thing that matters these days in the marijuana discussion. But what about the facts? At Mary, we've taken it upon ourselves to lay it all out there in our podcast. Just pure, unbiased education about medical marijuana and unlawful use of cannabis. Find it at mary.famu.edu. That's mmeri.famu.edu.
There is nothing better than a great night's sleep. You can get that on Giza Dream Bed Sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep. MyPillow uses the world's best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. The MyPillow Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. Giza Dream Sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. The latest incredible deal is the sale of the year. For a limited time, you'll receive 50% off the Giza Dream Sheets. You can receive a set for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio podcast square and use the promo code TOC. There, you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow 2.0, mattress topper, MyPillow kitchen towel sets, and so much more. Go to MyPillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOC. Tune into Florida's Jewish radio show, Shalom South Florida, this Sunday morning and every Sunday morning starting at 9:30. The latest updates, Jewish music, and more. Join host Roni and Shalom South Florida every Sunday morning right here on the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm SarahSpiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, SarahSpiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, SarahSpiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with SarahSpiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by SarahSpiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, SarahSpiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before.
And we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. 866-972-7247, welcoming your phone calls all across the nation. And we're going to tune in, and we're going to tap in, and we're going to see what's going on. So let's see who we've got here. We've got to go to Penny. Penny from heaven. Penny's from heaven. I know Penny's here on earth. But Penny, how are you tonight? You're in New Jersey. Good to have you joining us. What's going on, Penny?
Hi. How are you, Sarah? It's nice to speak to you.
Good to connect with you, Penny. Good to have you connecting here with us. And what is the burning question for you tonight?
Okay. A old flame came back into my life. And and I was engaged to him at one time. And I'm just wondering, I'm unsure.
Okay. So let's begin with, what is his birthday?
His on January 4th, 1956.
Okay. So right there, that tells me here that when I take him back to 2019, he was going through his own challenges and difficulties. Are you aware of that? Hasn't been an easy ride for him. That's about the timeline they take me back to. Yes. So you were engaged, but then you guys went your separate ways. Yes. And there's a story behind why we weren't together. That is also true. Yes. And there's also a question is, will he show up for you the way you need someone to show up for you? Has he kind of changed his ways? Is that also true?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. I hear the song in my head. You got to change your evil ways, baby. Well, he's not evil, but he's got to change his ways,
it's
right?
not evil, but he doesn't know how to lose somebody, or I haven't seen him step up.
Correct.
To
He
the point.
popped back, but there's a coolness to him, and you're looking for something that's a little more connective because you have evolved. And in the evolution that is you are looking for someone who's going to have a little more connection and energy and spark and warmth is the word. You know, he's a little cool naturally. Reserved is another word. A little boring too. But I don't feel like when you were together in the beginning that he gave you enough attention then either, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So he's back, and he may make a great friend, and he may be saying the words of, you know, hey, we should give it a go, or hey, let's go out on a date. But what are we giving a go? The fact that maybe he doesn't want to be alone? Or are we giving a go that we want to be invested in a relationship? You see, I'm seeing someone here that given where they are, they don't know how to experience love as a partnership. Now, when we go back into the 2019, the 2012, do you know what was going on with him then and who he was with at that time, please?
He was married and unhappily married, but there was a lot of difficulties there.
A lot of
too.
difficulties. And
between they're 20 not together, but a lot of difficulties.
2012 through 2019, difficult. And then they severed somewhere around that time, coming into 2020, or finally broke away, correct?
Yeah.
That's the timeline Spirit's showing me. So hopefully their spy crews up there are accurate here, because sometimes I'm like, all right, guys, be detectives for me. And so he was dissatisfied, but I'm seeing a man who's really not sure what he wants. So how can we know if we're happy or not? He knows he doesn't want to be alone, but does he know what a relationship is? Now, as I'm saying this to you, this is not to dissuade you from getting to know him now, right? He's not the same person, but he's exhibiting some of the same traits that he exhibited as a young man, you know, coming into his 20s. Like, all right, obviously we haven't grown enough. But he may be, since he's had life experience, be willing to roll up his sleeves and to dive into understanding the depths of relationship and what went wrong in the other relationship. He was unhappy, but it takes two to tango, as we know, right? So what was his responsibility in that? Was he not emotionally available for her? Chances are he wasn't as emotionally available, right? Because that's inherently who he can be, not always emotionally showing up. Is he willing to hear what a partner wants and show up for the partner? He may not be willing to do that.
Yeah. It seems to be a lot more about
him. Of course. Of course. That is who he is. You know, he reminds me of a cowardly lion. They just flashed this in front of my head, and I know he's not a Leo, but if I were a king of the forest,
that's exactly the song I used to sing in high school and was very good at. I can't believe you said this.
Yeah. Not
my
Duke,
God.
not Earl, but king, right? Because they just showed me the cowardly lion, right? So it's in your energy. I don't know. But he's got this energy of like, he thinks he's the king, but inside there's a cowardness to him.
He's lying. Yeah.
And he doesn't really show up that way. You know, like he really is the king. And so he becomes, you know, there's the king that's self-centered, yes, but then there's afraid to really show what he's really thinking and doing. You know, he's a little evasive, elusive. He's not as transparent as you would like, right? So it's worth a conversation with him. It's worth telling him what you desire in a partnership, and if he feels that that's something that he wants to be a part of, and then he can show you, right? And
Right.
it's not
I see actions speak louder than words. and
correct, but
that's it.
what I want you to look at is being transparent and clear in what your desires are. And we're not doing that for us to then feel like a little girl if he's like, well, that's, if he doesn't do it, then you weren't worthy of it. It just shows you where he is in the gauge of relation, because relationships require us to be in relations with another. And we need to be able to relate to another. And he doesn't know how to relate to others because he's so in his head. So if he can make the actions to be more relatable and relate to others, then you can see if there's anything to build on. Do I see it being a lifetime partnership based on his actions? No. But I feel the conversation is, because I feel like he's come back because there's some type of closure that you need, some type of power that you need to regain from the last experience. And it's important for you to develop a better clarity of the intention of relation that you desire, so that it's not so much to tell him, but so that the universe hears you and sees that you're holding your healthy boundaries of what it is you want and what you desire to create, so that you don't send out a wobble. So the next person in is the person that holds all the vibrational qualities that are a match for what you have sent out into the universe, shooting a rocket into the sky of burning desire of love. Because it is possible.
You've just
all right.
opened my eyes to what I need to know, and I kind of knew, but verified.
Verified. So with this conversation that we're having, Miss Penny, what do you want 2024 to be like? What do we desire?
I want to be loved for my true self and what I really want, and not settle for anything less.
We don't want to settle. Perfect.
No,
then we won't
don't.
settle. Then we won't settle.
I don't want to settle.
All right. Well, we thank you for the questioning. Great questioning. We know a lot of people have exes pop back up, and sometimes they're back for a reason to rekindle because the timing was off, and other times it's for us to hold that boundary and stay true to what we know we know. And we thank you for your questioning, and we thank you for listening to the show, taking the time to call in, being a part of this experience with us. We thank you.
Oh, I'm a constant listener. I'm on all the time, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you. God bless you, and Happy New Year. We look forward to talking to you
Happy
in
New Year.
2024. Bye for now, Penny.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You're welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. We've got to go to Missouri. I got Jackie on the line. Missouri, how are you? Are you with us, Miss Jackie? We may have lost Jackie here, so that'll just give us an opportunity to put her on hold, see if we can get Jackie on the phone. If not, we're going to pop on over to Patty in Miami. Patty, how are you tonight? Good to have you here, Patty.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi.
Hello, Patty. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How did you hear about the show, Patty?
I just happened to tune in on the radio a few weeks ago. I'd never heard of you before.
Well, we welcome you. We've been hanging out on national radio for 14 and a half years. Glad you finally found us. Welcome to the family. Yep, we have been doing this here for 14 and a half years. Our listeners have been with us since 2009. Welcome to the club. Glad to have you be a part of it. What is your burning question for us tonight, Patty?
Really just what's coming up for me in 2024.
Beautiful.
Or the end of this year, because a lot can happen in 2
There's
weeks.
There's a lot that can happen, but fasten your seatbelts as well, because it is a year of change for you, this 2023. Yes, we've had to navigate some twists and turns. It is actually a
has
time for
been.
you to let go, close some doors. It's time for change. And if something isn't working for you, I encourage you to let it go, because 2024 is going to open up some doors of new beginnings. And there's a sense of breath, breathing, freedom. I feel like you spend time in your head in an anxiousness, and we kind of need to feel a little more settled. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And 2024 gives you new opportunities. I feel like there's a opportunity for some advancement coming to you in financial matters like work. What is your question regarding career and work for me?
A question.
Yes.
I'm looking into starting something new on my own.
Perfect.
So
it is the perfect time for you to do that. If you recall,
Well,
I said
that's
it's an
good to
open
know.
door for new beginnings. Okay? It's time for a clean slate. We're opening the door to new beginnings. And after your birthday, things begin to percolate. And there's momentum that comes in this goal of doing something for yourself that is something that allows you to express your creativity, your sensitivity, your ability to work with other people. And this is something that builds to the month of May. Is there a timeline of when we're ready to make our shift and our change? Do we have a goal and a time that we have in mind for ourselves?
I mean, it could be by my birthday.
Okay. Could be.
So, a couple months.
Couple months. Let it percolate.
Yeah.
Set the timing. I also will tell you, before we launch anything, be sure to check and make sure that when we go to make this official move, that Mercury, which is now retrograde, will go back into retrograde sometime in the spring. I don't have the date handy in my brain, but look up Mercury retrograde. We don't want to start and make that transition during Mercury retrograde. We like when Mercury, the planet of communication, has all our ducks in a row and is in the straightforward movement instead of a backward movement. And this year of change that you've experienced has been setting you up for a new beginning, to open you up to the path and purpose of who you've come to be. And it steps into the power of your heart. It is a year of your personal power as well. So give yourself permission to take a chance, because it's not a risk. It's a chance in believing in self so that we can create a better paradigm of life in this 2024. And the momentum builds from there. All right? What is your intention?
And you're speaking.
Yes, go ahead.
To the work part, correct?
Correct. What is your question on love?
What's happening? Anything.
Is there a birthday you want to give me, please? For someone else, please?
Sure.
Yes.
11/15/76.
Okay. Complicated, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Round and round you go. Where you stop, nobody knows.
Correct.
Remember, this is the year. If things aren't working, what do? We choose us first. And when I look at this energy here, there's an angst. I feel like their energy creates an unsettled feeling within you. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Not always, but yes.
Yes. Well, because They don't handle stress well. Good Lord. They don't process things well. And it activates you. The choices haven't quite been made in the outcome of this story here. But this would be the type of story that, if I may say, I would love to have a personal session with you. Not quite a storyline I want to have a conversation with on national radio. But I do say this.
Right.
It's complicated, honey. It's complicated. It's the only word I can give you right now. But if you're open, let's do a personal session. Let's talk on the phone. Let's iron out some of the specificity of this person. And let's see where the imbalances are that connect with you. And if there's a way Spirit can show us to recalculate this route, because this route between the two of you must be recalculated in order for it to flourish and grow. Otherwise, it withers. This makes sense to you, yes?
Right. Definitely.
Okay. What is well, you've got so much going on, honey, but what is the intention for 2024? Given all this excitement, what's your intention?
To just grow, really.
Okay. Remember this, when we desire to grow and we grow, sometimes the people around us, they're not ready to grow, and then we notice the imbalance more. I don't say that to tell you that so that you stop growing. Please grow. But you will notice more and more as you grow where there's a disconnect. And not everybody's meant to come with us on the journey.
Right.
It is a new year. It is a new beginning. It is the perfect time to plant a seed and grow. So get tend into your garden. It is time for you to grow. And the rest will work itself out. The universe always has an answer and an opportunity for us. Look for the clues from the universe. Follow your heart. Be true to yourself. And we thank you for joining us and listening to the show. And we welcome you to our family. And we hope you continue to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Ideally, we'll have a session one day. For this moment, we bid you farewell. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. You
Thank
too.
you. All right. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to come back to answering your questions and pop over to visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube. Stay with us, everyone. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. That's me, Sarah Spiritual. We'll be right back.
Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been shining.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with SarahSpiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
And we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, heard all across the nation on 95.3, 96.9, 106.9, 95.9, 103.1 HD3, and our friends on 104.3. Thank you so much for listening to us all across the nation. We're welcoming your phone calls at 866-972-7247. Before we had gone to commercial, we tried to reach out and connect with Jackie in Missouri. We're going to see if she's on the line now. Jackie, are you with us?
I'm here.
Beautiful,
I'm here,
Jackie.
thank you.
You're welcome. Good to have you joining us tonight, Jackie. And Jackie, what is your burning question for us?
I just wanted to ask a question I forgot to ask when I had my reading was, I loaned some money to a friend, and I'm just wondering if she's going to pay that back.
Can I have a birthday for the friend? Is that possible? Do you know that?
I do. Her birth date is May 15, 1963.
Okay. This year has been a difficult year for that friend. Is that true?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. 2023 into 2024, still difficulties. I don't see her paying it back yet, but I don't feel like it's her intention not to try to pay it back. I just feel like everything's kind of clamming up on her and caving in on her. Does that make any sense from what you know?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I would just hold the vision and know that if she can get it to you, she will get it to you, but it's not a thought that she's not going to do the right thing. It's just something that is, she just doesn't know how she can get it back to you just yet. There's just so much going on around her, right? And see her giving you the money back, see the exchange, or see her talking about what she's going to do to make it better or to make it up to you.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jackie, since we have you on the phone, drum roll, please. What are your intentions for 2024? What shall we manifest tonight, all of us?
What I want to manifest is a move back to Florida, a new relationship, and more money in my life. All of that.
A move back to Florida. Well, looky here. 2024 really has a lot of the qualities that can facilitate a move, energetically speaking. So hold that intention. What's the matter? You don't like the weather in Missouri?
I'm tired of being cold.
All right.
and I I think that I need to go back where my spiritual family, it's more open in Florida.
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking to reconnect with.
Come on back. And are you coming to South Florida?
Probably like Melbourne or New Smyrna Beach, somewhere around there.
Beautiful. Yeah. Very, very nice up there. And there's a spiritual energy up there as well. And it's not too far from West Palm Beach where the Expedito Enlightenment Center is and all the action is in the spiritual community. Yes.
That's true.
Well, we welcome you back to Florida. We're going to set that intention with you, and that's going to open up all the doors of possibilities of love, money, success, spiritual growth, and a spectacular 2025. So let's make the transition. Perfect time to make a change would be 2024. You're right on track with your intentions. We thank you so much, and we thank you for listening to the show, Jackie, and following us. We greatly appreciate your taking the time to participate and have a session with me. I appreciate that as well. I wish you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year.
I wish you a Merry Christmas, too. Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to the phone lines. Let's see who I've got. I've got Marie in Miami. Marie in Miami, what's going on?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. What is the burning question for us?
The burning question is, do you see things working out between my husband and I?
You know, when I asked you the question, I heard this song, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? You guys have been under a lot of stress. It has been a really difficult couple of years, yes?
Yes.
And you have had it up to here. And
yeah,
your
to the point where I don't know if I can trust him. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm just overthinking, because I do that a lot. But
you do that a lot.
At times I'm always right. So yeah.
But you guys, listen, now I sound like I'm from New York. You guys, all right, let me tell you from a New York perspective, you guys are not connecting. It's just not working. Like, it's not together. Like, what's the matter? We're not taking the time to talk. We're not connecting. We're not spending quality time together. So this is another thing that's feeding all your fears and your insecurities and making you feel imbalanced, right? And he's, every time you try to ask him a question, he's all snippety snappity, right?
Exactly. It's like I can't get anything out talking to him. Talking to him gets nowhere. Then when you try to talk to him about certain things, he brush you off like nothing happened.
Right.
They don't
like
get anywhere
crazy.
at all.
Yeah, like you're crazy. And the goal was for you to move. Yes, we wanted to move.
Yes.
Yeah. And that seems to be a stumbling point. And it's almost like he's not doing enough to move. He's not doing enough to change.
Everything is on me.
Yeah, and he's become complacent in this experience of move. He's not really pushing to do anything. So when I look at the power that I see here between the two of you, there is a love. It is not that he does not love you. It is that he's become dissatisfied with life, dissatisfied with the lack of career work path, right? He's wobbly in career work path. Is that also true?
Yes, and to the point where I just feel like he's just being lazy, like he don't want to do anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just aggravated with the whole situation, and at this point, I honestly just want to walk away. And there's a part of me that want to stay, but I don't know what I want to do.
Well, I'm going to tell you not what you're going to do, but I'm going to tell you what the energy is going to support you doing and give you a clue at what is most likely going to happen. Now, knowing that you have free will, listen up. Step 1. In this journey, one of the goals Spirit has for you is for you to focus on what you want to shift and change in your career so financially you're in a little better place. We have some dissatisfaction in career, do we not? We want to make adjustments, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Focus on that. Stop letting the petty little things detract you from what Spirit has for you, which is new opportunities, new advancement, and growth. Because if you should choose to go your separate ways, you're going to need to be able to stand a little stronger on your own 2 feet, right? I get that there's not much participation from him, but you still are going to be in a different dynamic, number one. Number two, based on what I see, next year is a year where you choose you. You and your children. Yes, there's children involved, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Next year is the year of you guys. There I go, be in New York again, you guys. So you choose family, and family are those who stand united together. And if you are the caretaker and the person who's doing the most to support the family, and he is not being participatory, then you're going to take the bull by the horns and you're going to make things happen. And then it's up to for him to chase and choose to do the work. If he does not chase the relationship and choose to do the work, then he has made the bed that he will sleep in.
Right.
You see,
I just feel like he makes stupid decisions. Today's actually his birthday, and Jesus, I don't know. I would never in my life date another Sagittarius ever in life again. They are the worst.
Really?
They are the worst. I promise you, the guys, not the females, but the guys are the worst. Oh, never in life again.
I guess our listening audience will have to make a note of that, okay? But I don't know that it's all Sagittariuses, but I'm sure it's a good portion of them. So we don't want to bash an entire astrological sign on national radio because I read every one of all signs, I can find you something in every sign. But apparently you've got a special ed Sagittarius, right? That definitely doesn't get it. But that's okay. You chose him based on where you were coming from at the time of your self-worth and self-love. And when I look at where he is today, being the 13th, and I look at the journey for him, he is supposed to be this year. Please don't hold your breath because you will turn blue. But he is supposed to this year be networking, connecting with people so he could advance himself and make a quality choice for work and career that will put him in a position where he can actually call the shots, because we know he doesn't like taking orders from someone else. This is true, yes?
Right. Yes.
That's been part of his dissatisfaction on some of these lame jobs that he's tried to have, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's never wrong, so there's no arguing with him.
Yes, that's definitely him.
All right. Well, this year for him is meant to be a great networking connection year for him. So hopefully he's going to take advantage of that. But I'm finding it a little bizarre, and I'm sure the rest of the listening audience is too, so we're going to go there because we can. So it's his birthday. It is 8:46 Eastern Standard Time. And what are we doing to celebrate his birthday? Where is he?
We were together, and then out of nowhere, he wants to hang out with his so-called friends. So I had no say-so with that. He was just with me not too long ago, and of course, I got upset. And yeah, and he's out with his friends wherever he is. I don't know.
Ah, all right. Did you bake him a cake?
Yeah. I gave him a cake. I didn't
Okay.
bake it,
Where's
but
the rest of the cake?
You know, we're in the situation with the housing, so I took him somewhere. We had breakfast, and they gave him a cake.
Okay.
So he had his cake.
All right. Because I was going to say, if there's some leftover cake, I would be putting it under his pillow. Happy birthday. It's a little joke, but try not to get upset. I understand. And here's what I'm hearing from you. You are being a grown adult, navigating life. And here we have a man who still wants to be in high school and college with his friends, but he still has a family and a partner that he should want to spend his birthday with. But because it's his day, in his mind, he should do it the way he wants to do it because it's his birthday.
Right.
So, and there are a lot of people who feel that way. It's their birthday. They should do whatever they want to do because it's their birthday. But what hurts you is that his choice for his birthday doesn't include you in totality. But I will also add this to you.
We already don't spend that much time together because I work so much.
Correct.
So
Correct.
my birthday, you know, and I took the day off to spend time with him. Like, I don't know.
I
I'm just
understand.
aggravated.
I understand. And I also will say this to you. The living situation is not helping your marriage. Okay? It's
No,
not
it's
helping
not.
you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're working to move things. Oh, yes, I hear the song. She works hard for the money, so hard for the money. And you better treat her right. Right? Focus on what you want to do next in your career and your work. He's showing you where he's at in his journey. If that doesn't feel right for you, remember I told you I'd tell you what the energy is going to support in 2024. I can't tell you what to do, but the energy is going to support you finding your power and going your own way. That's what the energy is supporting. And if he can't tune into the universe and come along for the ride and step into the power of the relationship, it will be his loss. So, given all that, what do you want your 2024 intention to be? We're setting intentions here tonight. What's your 2024 intention?
My intentions, in which I know it will happen because I manifest a lot and I know the universe will bless me with it. My new home.
Yes.
Happiness, lots of money, and I want to travel a lot next year, starting next year.
Then pack your bags, get yourself ready. We need to move, and we need to go on a trip. We send you much love during this difficult time. Don't get frustrated. You did what you could. You did honor him on his day. He's choosing to honor himself with his friends. And I know that is frustrating to you, but tomorrow's a new day. Don't carry this dissatisfaction into the day. Start fresh again tomorrow and see what he has to show for himself and move it on from there, all right? You did all the right things for the day. Let's see what he shows you tomorrow. We appreciate you listening to this show and to the station. We greatly appreciate your participation in Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. This show is because of people like you. We appreciate that. And we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we look forward to talking to you again. Bye for now.
All right, likewise. Bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We've got to go back to the phone lines. I've got to go to Illinois. All these people from chilly spots are calling me. I can't imagine what's going on. Maybe there's a little snow going on in Illinois. Eileen, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm cold.
You're cold. I'm so sorry. But it'll warm up in about 6 months. You'll be all right.
Right? I know. Yes.
Eileen, what is your question for us tonight?
Oh, not sure where to start. Looking for direction in 2024. I have my intentions, which are growth, expansion, connection, love most of all, and financial stability.
Very good. Very good. And when I look at the energy, one of the things that Spirit makes me feel is that you're really focusing on establishing a good sense of balance in your life. Yes, the balance of your spiritual connection, the balance in your financial world, and 2024 is a year of balance. So anything that feels out of balance is going to right itself next year. It also, after your birthday, gives you an opportunity to kind of get out of the box, be more in a state of creation, calibration to the universe, gives you a better opportunity to step into personal power, gives you this freedom to meet new people. So there's a lot of connections that happen on and around your birthday. And this opens up the energy for love energy. Coming into the year, it's how do I stay grounded? How do I stay balanced? How do I keep all the balls in the air without letting anything fall? And then we move you through the spring, and as the thaw of the snow begins, you begin to emerge in a much better light, and things come more from a magnetic perspective, in alignment that you've been asking for. I feel as if you feel like you've been in a holding pattern since about 2020. And I know we could probably all feel that a bit, because 2020 did kind of send us on a different trajectory, and some people are having trouble recalculating and calibrating themselves to a new way of being and to find their way back to what was their center. But for you, it's been a lot of bumps in the road and lots of things we had to overcome in these past 3 years. Is that true?
That is true.
Yes. And so now
Yes.
it's that you were strong enough, you were steadfast enough, you were able to overcome them. And from that force of energy that is within you, inherently you have come out the other side, and you've come to develop a better understanding of what's going on, even though it may not all be to your liking.
Correct.
But know that you're fully supported. The guides and the angels are with you. Archangel Michael is with you. Archangel Raphael is working with you, working on some inflammation. Eileen, are we having some inflammation in the physical body? Yes?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So working on finding a better balance for the body and the body chemistry so that we have a more alkaline experience, and strengthening something in the legs. Have the legs been feeling weak?
Yes, they have.
Okay. Are you doing any little stretches or walking or anything to kind of help strengthen them?
No, I kind of was very sick the beginning of the year.
Right.
And I kind of stopped almost everything in my life. I have overcome a lot of hurdles.
Yes.
And I feel stronger than I've ever been.
Right.
But not physically, and financially, not at all.
Right.
I actually have a legal case coming up January 23rd.
And this is for a financial matter that needs to be settled out and concluded. Is that true, Eileen?
Correct.
Okay. Well, it is the perfect time to put things in order and balance. So put that in your intentions. In the meantime, I do encourage you to do something with your legs, because they do feel incredibly weak to me. Even if you hold on to a counter and pull yourself up on your toes and kind of strengthen your calf muscles, and or lay on the floor and just kind of do some air bicycling for just 30 seconds and put your legs down, just to kind of get some strength there, okay? Get that core going, strengthen the legs, do some core exercises, do something to strengthen the physical body so that you feel more grounded. For this minute, Eileen, we must be complete because we're getting ready to close out the show as I look over to the clock. So your intentions for 2024 are a resolution in your favor for this case, number one, yes. Financial stability.
Yes.
Love, and what else was there on the top 24 list of 2024?
Connection.
Connection. Well, the angels are with you. Loved ones on the other side are with you. So know that you are never alone. And we thank you so much for participating in the show. I know you've been listening for a while. We appreciate that. The show is the show because of people like you. And we send the angels to surround you for this upcoming date in January. So the victory of Archangel Michael, now it makes sense why Michael's with you, will be right there to bring you justice. We thank you so much. Good night, Happy New Year, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
God bless.
God bless you. I looked over at the clock and I was like, Jiminy Crickets, the show's coming to an end. Can't believe it. If we didn't get to your call tonight, please call us back next Wednesday night at 866-972-7247. If you were listening and you didn't pick up the phone, guess what? We've got another show next Wednesday, and I would love to talk to you. We're going to be tuning in and tapping into the energy that closes out 2023 and stepping into the energy of 2024 over these next few weeks. I sure would love to tell you what Spirit has coming for you in the new year of 2024. For this minute, we trust that all is well, that you remain in peace and harmony, light and love, and that all of your dreams, your desires, your intentions are manifested expeditiously. We know the angels and guides are always with us. We trust you remain safe and celebrate this holiday season in the energy of love, enthusiasm, and harmony, and that everything you need to do on your list that we're checking twice gets done. Till we meet again next Wednesday night, have a blessed week. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit